Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel with myself, Isabella. If you're new here, click that subscribe button so you never miss another video. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're well, I hope you're feeling good. Today we're going through some of my favourite ballet variations. Now I've narrowed it down to a few or 5, which is difficult because I love so many of them, but I've chosen the ones that have always really sparked something in me, because often it's the music that really inspires me to dance, and with all these variations they really emote a lot from the music and they really sort of spark mood within me and spark desire to dance within me, and so they seemed a perfect choice to choose for my favourite variations. So without further ado, let's dive in. The first one we're going to watch is Nikia's Death, which is one of my favourites just because it's so emotive, it's full of artistry, it's full of maturity. It takes quite a lot to really bring this to life. I think it's one for a more mature dancer to do, although I have seen some teenagers do it well. Some, let's say, older teenagers would be good at this. Younger teenagers, although it looks good, it's almost not quite right because they're not completely emotionally mature enough yet, you know. Today we're going to watch Svetlana Zakharova doing it, but there are many great ballerinas who I adore doing this. Lovely, gigantic Bolshoi stage. Love it. She always gets wonderful applause from the audience usually as she comes on. And Svetlana, you know, is just always a fantastic example because she's just completely honed her craft. She's very beautiful. She's almost timeless, you know, which sounds strange, but I just feel like she never ages. And I really like this variation as well because it's so interpretive. You can do many different things with it. You know, you can change the speed in which you turn your head, use your arms, and you can really develop your artistry and develop how you feel within movement, you know. So I love it because there's a lot of development behind it, and it's also not technical. So I remember when I was younger, I would, without really knowing the steps properly, I would just put on this music and just, oh my gosh, my whole body and soul would want to just dance to it. It's just amazing, you know. And I feel like if you don't feel anything when you listen to this music, if it doesn't spark something within you, then there's something not quite right, you know. This should really move you. And for me, I just love all the nuances. I just love how she turns her head and then looks, and you just imagine almost like a silent movie, the little close-up looks on the face where you just see the tiny, tiny changes in the expression. And obviously she's so beautiful. And I imagine as well this is a role that would be so lovely to develop over time, you know, doing it once, changing it, just getting better and better at it. And it's not easy. I mean, this is difficult. I don't know why they're focusing on the man for this. I mean, we're missing the nice, nice arabesque. I also loved how she dragged the point shoes along there. A bit more dynamic there, which is nice. Again, different to a lot of ballerinas. And I think Svetlana is actually one of the more... This isn't an analysis on Svetlana, by the way, but since we're watching her for a long time, I think she's one of the more subtle ballerinas in terms of acting here. Like, some people are a bit more dramatic as they run, which I really like. So now this variation gets really nice. It really builds up before the faster section. To show diversity, different technique. I love this so much, yeah. And it's actually super difficult. We did this in a workshop recently, and it's actually really hard for people to just stick their bum out. Because when you do this movement, you have to really actually stick your hip out. Like, in a sort of almost turned in way. It doesn't feel natural. Oh, those emboîtés are so good. Those are difficult travelling like that as well with the leg. You have to feel like you're shooting a laser beam out of your toe. I love this so much. Some people do more of an arabesque and some people more like a grand pas de chat, and some people make it look a little bit more like a second. Hip out. And then this is just fun and growing bigger and bigger and bigger. We'll stop there. What I love about this variation is just how many moods she goes through within that. I relate. It's basically like a lot of us in a normal day. That's what's really nice, is there's so much diversity to it. You get to be sad, you get to be heartbroken, you get to feel lost, and then all of a sudden you get to feel hopeful, you get to feel excited, you get to feel happy. That's one of the reasons I love that variation. It's just timeless and iconic. And the next one is going to be diamonds. Now, this is technically not a known variation that you'll see on its own. It's usually done just within the ballet. Like, we never really see it done separately. But however, it just really stood out to me as classic, beautiful Tchaikovsky music, beautiful Balanchine work. I mean, iconic, sort of showing off imperial Russia, you know, very, very classical, but also with that, with some Balanchine throwing your weight off the hips. I just love it again, how the music changes and how she has these iconic on-the-don turns going around herself, and it's sort of like mesmerizing. Beautiful white glittery tutu, very intense blue background with stars. You know, it's kind of very mesmerizing. And we're watching Olga Smirnova do this, who does this so well, I think. And I just love the ripples of the arms, you know. She does it so beautifully. And just how the body opens the rib cage, you know, the arms are opening the rib cage. You can just see her using her turnout completely. And it's actually, you know, I've done this myself in the studio quite a lot, even just doing it, and it's just so majestic, and it just feels so nice to dance. Like, there's nothing awkward about it. It feels nice on the body. And it's just like beautiful, using the elbows. I love it so much. And now just watch these underdance, you know, it's just beautiful. And making a circle around herself. And look how she uses the body almost like brushing water. Beautiful. It has a very like Swan Lake feeling to it, which is really lovely. Honestly, I find that ballet just mesmerizing, and it just really makes me feel lost when I'm watching it in the best way possible. And it reminds me why I love ballet so much. So if you haven't watched the full Diamonds before, You can definitely watch it on YouTube. It's just so beautiful and so iconic. Have I said beautiful enough? Right now we're going back to Svetlana Zakharova. Sorry, she's just in every video. We're going to watch the Pharaoh's Daughter variation, which is quite an obscure variation. Like, it's not a ballet that's performed anywhere. It's definitely not performed here in the UK, unless the Russian companies have come here at some point and performed it, but it's never really done by Western companies, maybe Eastern European companies. Oh gosh, we're missing out. Like, it's just, the music is just so amazing and just so motivating and just so beautiful. Like, you just want to dance. So this is the Pharaoh's Daughter variation, which is honestly stunning. And it's a strong variation, you know? It's not too complicated in terms of steps, but I just really enjoy the character behind it and the strength behind it, and there's just some softness and cheekiness to it with these little changes. But now here's this wonderful music. How can you not fall in love with it with that music, you know? It's so strong. I would almost love to see this in, like, I mean, I'm not a big competition person, but this is so nice. This shows such versatility, and it's just such nice music. This could be in a competition. And this nice manège, beautiful finish. Just beautiful finish, beautiful. Oh, so good. Just love it. So majestic. So nice to watch. And again, lots of versatility coming up in the variation. Very different to what we just watched. Very different, but I loved it, and the music is just so nice. It's very, like, happy. It's a happy variation, and it's also not super long. Bonus. So now we're going to go to, again, iconic variation, Uliana Lopatkina doing Odile. I've definitely chosen, along with variations, I've definitely chosen the ballerinas I see as my favorite within those roles at the moment, anyway. But for me, it's hard to beat Lopatkina in a Swan Lake variation. Like, I know she's not churning out triples and triple attitude and triple, but you know, that's not really important, to be honest. If you can do a good double, then you're fine. And it's just her nuances and how she uses her head. Like, I don't think I used to love this variation until I watched her, and then I watched her and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm completely involved in this now, especially the end. Just watch how she ends it, you know, with the elbows and the head. It's just amazing. Just her long limbs as well, just make it. And look how she lifts her head there. How she's using her arms, you know. Elbows are wide, beautiful arms. And she's just a swan, like, literally. I love that, I love that. She does that, it's different. Very clean, very beautiful. I love her chaînés in the fifth. So nice. She makes it look very easy, if I'm honest. It's definitely not. Look, eyelids down on that. It's so nice. Oh, renversé, here we go. I love that gesture towards the audience after the renversé. And now her head, sharp to the audience, is good. constantly showing different nuance, different light and shade. Keeping up the energy. And now the finish, just watch her elbows at the end and her eyes. Oh, I don't know if you get the chills as much as me on that, but basically it's just that pause. I think at the moment, maybe in more recent times, they don't lengthen that pause so much, but it's how she's doing double padam, and then there's like this long pause before and her elbows go up before she goes pam, like that. So it makes her neck look even longer at the end because her elbows are up, and then it comes down with that beautiful head, you know, that has so much poise and confidence and the Odile personality behind it. So, oh, I just love it. That's what made me fall in love with that variation. Literally, I could chalk it down to that final elbow and head at the end. That made it for me. So I love it. And then I would practice that on my own in the studio and just finish it at the end. Amazing. Okay, so now we have the final one for now. Again, we could go on forever, couldn't we? Because we love ballet. Okay, so let's go into the final variation, which is again another iconic one, which is Le Corsaire, one of my favorite ones, and means a lot to me because it's one of the first variations I did at Vaganova and really enjoyed it. So, and also was iconic for me because I used to watch Altanaya Silmaratova doing this a lot. So again, one of my favorite. Now we're gonna watch Maria Horova doing it, and I really like this variation again just because it's so playful. It's super technical, so you have to be very strong in pirouettes. It's basically all pirouettes. So if you're not good at pirouettes, it's also a good one to practice. But again, music is amazing and it's just so majestic. It's really nice when you get that beautiful lingo in the arabesque. And now what's really nice is playing with the arms here on the passes, you know, when you go around. Like, I really like when ballerinas, you know, use their shoulders a lot on this section. Got to have beautiful clean fifths. And it's funny, you know, when you're doing passes, but the audience gets excited and it joins in. But by then, you know, your feet are kind of pretty tired actually. And this bit's very interpretive again. It's quite good going from fifth actually, I think, because it just feels a bit more natural and in control rather than trying to get into a good fourth. And then the stress is over and then you can just do a beautiful manège, stepping out and jumping like a crazy lady. Covering up lots of ground, which is just always fun. And then you can just finish with a big pizzazz. I love that variation. It's just so beautiful. It comes with a beautiful purple tutu or pink, and purple's my favorite color, so there's a bonus there. Yeah, I just love the music, and I just love, for me, there's so much history and weight to that variation. I used to watch so many ballerinas I admire doing it, and so then doing it myself just meant a lot. So for me, it's a bit of I wanted to say nostalgia, but there's a bit of nostalgia there with that variation, so that's why I really enjoy it. But again, it's a difficult one. So guys, those are my favorite variations. Please let me know what your favorites are, and I'll definitely respond and would love to either agree with you or watch them myself. Yeah, I would love to know what your favorites are, because I'll probably go, oh, me too, oh yeah, I love that one too. So let me know. And guys, we have a relaunch, the relaunch of the BWI platform, balletwithisabella.com, coming super soon, if not already. So please check it out. It's amazing, and it's full of online classes, on demand, online courses from beginner to pro, helping you get to excellence. And we have also live weekly classes with myself and other teachers in things like ballet, floor bar, Pilates, conditioning, all included in the membership, as well as ready-made plans, which is something that you can do if you're looking for a little bit more guidance. And with our top tier, you can get a bespoke plan and communication directly with me to help you along the way as you pursue your goals. So some really exciting things there, and please do go check it out. You get 2 weeks free, so you may as well try it. Most people who try the content adore it and wonder why they haven't done it all along. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys super soon, and bye for now.